The Polar Bear's Story. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful white polar bear who decided to go for a walk. And on this walk, he met a beautiful young girl with hair as blonde as the sun. The beautiful polar bear began to wonder what he would look like with blonde hair, so he shut his eyes tightly and wished very hard for blonde hair. Amazing! A blonde polar bear. Oh my goodness. Do you know what the little girl shouted when she saw the polar bear's new blonde hair? Polar bear, you're a sight! Your color was right when you were white. But the polar bear became very sad. He thought the little girl would like his new blonde hair. So he continued on his journey and began to think about his problem. As the polar bear was walking, he caught a new scent in the air. What did he smell? As he raised his head and looked around, he saw a young boy coming closer. He wore a green hat, a green shirt, and green pants. Guess what was in his pocket? He had a green lollipop. Polar Bear thought green must be the most beautiful color in the world. Maybe he should be a green bear. He shut his eyes and began to wish he was green. Now he was a green polar bear. But the little boy said, Polar bear, you're a sight! Your color was right when you were white! Now this made the polar bear feel real bad. He pouted and pouted. Polar Bear began to walk across the snow. As he topped a big snowdrift, he met his cousin, a brown bear. The two bears had a nice long visit, and before long, Polar Bear began to admire his smart cousin. Polar Bear thinks maybe the little girl and the little boy would like him if he were brown instead. Polar Bear made his wish. Polar bear, you're a sight! Your color was right when you were white! Polar Bear felt so bad, he ran away from the children and dove in the ice-cold waters of the sea. Polar bears are the best swimmers of all bears. His thick, heavy fur was now brown and looked quite strange as the little girl and little boy watched him swim deep, deep, deep into the sea. Think about the polar bear swimming around under the cold, cold water. A tiny bit of magic might happen. Polar Bear swims up, up, up to the surface, and guess what? Polar bear, your color is right. We love you, you are white. Polar Bear decided never to change his color again. After all, polar bears are supposed to be white. The end.